Hello everyone, how is your day going? In today's presentation, we are going to discuss 9 financial goals to achieve in your 20s. Your habits and actions in your 20s will determine to a great extent your financial success or failure later in life. Many people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s today, we wish they could go back in time and correct some of the financial mistakes they made in their 20s. If you're in your 20s, congratulations, you have the opportunity to start now to establish your career or course of study or business or get married or even start a family while you prepare for your financial success now and even later in life. Before we go further on this presentation, I would like to appeal to you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share my videos to your friends and family members so that they can also benefit from the financial education that we are sharing together. Here are the 9 top financial goals that you should aim to achieve in your 20s. Number 1, invest in your financial education. Read a book every month. At least one. You could read more. Or every quarter. I know some of us will not be working in our early 20s, but we could get gifts, birthday gifts. We could get other money from family members, your parents, or friends. Don't spend all those money on consumption. Use some to buy books, financial education books that you can benefit from. You could also attend free or paid financial education seminars, either online or in person. In today's environment, we have lots of opportunities to do so. Next, get a finance mentor or somebody to serve as a role model for you when it comes to finance. Sometimes that person could be your parents, that person could be a friend, but just anybody that you can look up to guide you in your financial success now and later in life. Focus on your career or your business. Strive to work hard and smart. Try to add value in your employer's business or at your place of work. And if you are in the position to provide service, provide excellent customer service. The more you do this, the more you add value to yourself, and people will pay more for something of a higher value. This will help you to be financially successful now and in the future. Next, build a good or even an excellent credit score. By now, you would have listened to my presentation on credit card. My recommendation is to get a credit card early, at 18. So in your 20s, I assume that you already have a credit card. Have the habit of paying your credit card balances on time and in full. The advantage of this is that it will help you to build a good credit score and you also use the card for free. This will help you when you want to buy your first house or your first car if you do not already have one. Let's say, for example, you are faced with life challenges and you are not able to make your payment in full. At least pay the minimum balance. It is usually small. It will help you to protect your credit. Next, establish a good and systematic savings habit for your first car, for your wedding, for that big project that you have been dreaming of, for your first house. Have that habit of putting money aside as you receive your salary. Treat savings as your first expense. Commit to saving at least 15% of your annual salary. Yes, you can do it. You are in your 20s. More expenses will come later in life. The earlier you start to develop this habit, the better. And the good news is that you can set up automatic withdrawal from your salary account. So you don't even need to worry about it. And over time, once that money is taken away, the balance, you will just adjust and be able to spend. Next, build an emergency fund or a rainy day account. Your ultimate goal should be to save the equivalent of 3 to 6 months worth of your income or your living expenses. For people in their 20s, I usually will say go for income because your expenses will not be that much, I assume, depending on your lifestyle. So go for 3 to 6 months of your income. By now, you should also have listened to my video on budgeting. So make that budget and implement it. Also, as you build your emergency funds, make sure the fund is flexible and the money in that funds or investment is not in a risky investment account. So don't take high risk with your emergency fund in the stock market. Let it be accessible, let it be liquid, just in case anything happens, you're able to access those funds. Start saving using your tax-free savings account or any other investment vehicle that is available in whatever country that you reside. From the 15% that you have put aside, don't leave that money in the bank account. Take like 5% of that money in your savings account and invest it. In your 20s, take risk. It's the right time to learn about stocks. It's the right time to learn about mutual funds. It's the right time to learn about real estate and other forms of investment. Learn about those investments, take the risk now. The advantage of doing this is that you have the advantage of time and also the benefit of compound interest. If you want to grow money, it's not only the amount that you invest that matters. Two other big things that matter, which are very, very significant, is time. So the longer you have that ability to save and to invest, the more returns you get. Also, the more benefit you get from compound interest. Again, I recommend in your 20s, take calculated risk based on knowledge. Save for your down payment for your first house. Yes, for your first house. You don't want to rent forever. Think of your down payment. So start saving for it. Again, from that 15% or more that you are saving, allocate like 5% for this purpose. You can use the retirement savings plan if you are in Canada. Other countries may have other plans for retirement, but if you are in Canada, there's something called RRSP. The main purpose of this plan is for retirement, but you could take funds from this for your first house and also for your education. So for this purpose, you could use your RRSPs. It will give you some tax benefits. No matter how far you think you buy a house, maybe you buy a house in your 30s, maybe later in your 20s, start to plan for it now. Next, get out of bad debts. The key word there is bad debts, which implies that there are also good debts. So debts that you have on your credit card, debt that you have for consumption, that money that you are owing your landlord, those are not good debts. Try to get out, have a plan to get out of those kind of debts. When you're 20, I would say yes, go for good debts. You could borrow money to start a business. You could borrow money to invest, provided you get the education first, and then you could take some risk now to grow some funds that will be beneficial for you later in life. And number 9, contribute to your retirement. It's not a mistake. Even in your 20s, start to think about retirement. Sometimes we think that 70 years, 65 years, 80 years, 90 years is far away. But the truth is, go and ask that guy who is 90 years today. He will tell you how did time go. So right now is the time in your 20s to start thinking about and planning for your retirement. Planning in the sense of putting money aside. So when you get that first job, again, take advantage of time, take advantage of compound interest. I'll give you a simple example. $25 that you save today in your 20s will be worth more than $5,000 that you will save when you get to your 50s or 60s for your retirement, because of the simple reason of time and compound interest. We'll stop here today. A reminder to please subscribe to my channel by pressing the subscribe button. Like my videos and share my videos with your friends and families so that they can also benefit from the financial education that we are sharing. Also, if there are topics that you want me to discuss in future presentation, please make those suggestions in the comment section. In our next presentation, we'll discuss some SMART goals that you can achieve in your 30s. Until then, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup and bye.